Hello, Northstar here with another Wildermyth Let's Play. I hope you folks are doing well. Sorry, Steam message. Anyways, I hope you folks are doing well. Things are a little crazy. Currently at the time of recording, which this will have gone up substantially later. The Pope just died recently, and people are saying crazy stuff like speculating that JD Vance killed him and such, and well, the world's all kinds of nuts. I'm sure this will have blown over by the time uh, this actually goes live, unless something horrible happens, like it turns out that rumor was actually true or something. Um, then I think the U.S. might have an insurgency on its hands. When you combine that with the whole mass deportations in violation of the Constitution and law, and of U.S. citizens and that kind of stuff, and then not bring the people back even when ordered to. Yeah, things are crazy, and the U.S. is sliding towards fascism, which is why I'm doing this channel, to try and get out. Because send these guys here. It's not safe. It is not safe to stay in a country that's sliding fascist, and especially someone who's disabled, particularly vulnerable, and it'll be harder for me to leave later. It's hard for me to leave now because not many countries want a disabled person, immigrant, especially if I don't have a way of supporting myself, which is why I can get the YouTube channel to where it's making ad money. Then hopefully I can at least change that aspect of things. Same people. The first thing will be to build defenses here. Because, I try to intercept incursions, there's always a chance that I won't reach them on time. It's the final chapter, so time is irrelevant. No one is going to retire mid-chapter. Thankfully, that's not a thing in the game. This is where I'd meet them if I had my choice. Trees to perch in. My least favorite kind of insect. Blood wasps. It's funny that you can say, hey, what's the point? That's kind of depressive, to say the least. Cool. And Javelin and Brenner got to be confidants. They weren't even confidants before. That's the second level. Crony is the first. But yeah, characters will start off as cronies, or the first level rival, their children. But with other people, they don't even start with anything at all. No relationship points. So starting with a few, because the way the game works internally is there are a certain number of relationship points. When it reaches a certain threshold, it increases. So even when it's not like it's random. If characters are spending time together building towards the next level of relationship and events that make their relationship stronger, even if they didn't level up, it still did something. Got them decrease the time. I mean, I don't think they get a point every day or anything, so it's random each day whether they're getting a point if they're in the same area. Or maybe it's a fraction of a day or something, I don't know. But there is a randomness to it, but there's a lot of points. I think it's like 100 something for each level. So maybe it's a RAM how many points, and they always get at least one each day, I don't know. Be forced to come this way, wouldn't they? Mixed feelings, honestly. Guess I go with your opinion. Yeah, because anything that was coming through this mound pass through each 7 miles. I'll also want to fortify 7 miles south. Although maybe the Elm Wilds I could do, I don't know. I need to scout that to see if there's any river crossings there. Everyone one's... Oh. Uli's not. She just arrived here. And she should... Yep, give him a hand. Nope. Accidentally double-clicked in that positive. Interesting. I didn't know that would happen. So if I click on the map, it pauses it. That's good to know. You don't always have to hit the space bar. Okay, the oak woods are more protected against incursions, tier 3 defenses. Some incursions will also come through the trusty oak fields here. You can see the name of the thing, that's like the site, the Wharton Smelter, and it's on the trusty oak fields if you guys are wondering. Confused by the names not matching. But yeah, in case it wasn't... Did I just say this? Yeah, a lot of the people being deported, though, are Catholic because a lot of Latin American population is Catholic, and Trump is going after Hispanic people first, which this is like a first they came for kind of situation. You know, first they came for the communists, then they came for the socialists, and they came for the trade unionists, and they came for the Jews, or something. That poem, which it actually starts with first they came for the communists. Most people know that they think it, which is actually historically accurate. Sometimes it defaults to, I think there's a different version that skips that one, but some vulnerabilities here, but that's how we know they'll come for it. Hiding our position is important. Quickfire would be a daily risk with all this brush. But yeah, historically the Nazis came for the communists first because the communists were the most organized resistance to their rule. And in fact, actually did form underground resistance cells that engaged in things like industrial sabotage to weaken the Nazi war machine. So this wasn't just Nazi paranoia, but they were right to resist the Nazis and to do whatever it took because, you know, Nazis were evil. Send these guys a scout here. I guess if having being able to reach incursion quicker could help. Well, if we keep here, but no, actually that may not make it quicker, would it? Send these guys to scout here. Ah, here's an event, scouting event. Sometimes when you scout a site, you get stuff, so it's not just all map things here while I wait for some incursions. It's often good to scout beginning anyways. Former colleagues is the name of this event. Alright. Sorry, I was checking my messages and checking this event because I thought I'd heard of this event. It's the event I thought it was. Anyways, this is a really cool one. I've always wanted an excuse, or at least their ward is really cool, one of the wards. I've always wanted an excuse to come through Wilds. Just perilous enough to be a bonding experience. By the way, I think this is the hero targeted. You need a hero with Mysterious. Or, what was the other one? Distant, I think. Anyways, it was probably Light Surfer's Mysterious tag. Who's with him, though, in this scout job? That's important to know. Or no, did I say Lyser? It was Samil, probably. Okay, Samil. Uli. And Jevon. Oh, nope, not Jevonlod. Not Tomric. Samil, Uli, and Brenner, I think. No, not Brenner. And Tomta. So 2 hunters and 1 warrior. You'll see why it might be irrelevant. There'll be an option of fighting usually in events like these. Anyways, I've always wanted an excuse to come through on wilds, just perilous enough to be a bonding experience. Sounds right up your alley, except for the monsters, I assume. That's the thing. There's been no sign of them since we got here. None of the debris, none of those noises in the night. Maybe you lucked out this time. Think it'd be too much to hope for a few days vacation? The sword, Night Sword, is supposed to be around here somewhere, and that would be a fantastic Night Shard? I'm afraid we'll be going with that. There are markets in low places that would pay high prices for something like this, and we're in low places. Samil. Mordbert. Well, fancy that. You know him? Ha, does he? Former colleagues, let's say. Yeah, it's mysterious or thorny. That's the other hook, if I remember. Wait, what would you have been doing with people like it's not important? Oh, but it might be to your friends here. I assume you folks are okay with having a traitor in your group? That was a long time ago. Believe me, my brother knows as well as you do. He's still in prison. I didn't have a choice. You always have a choice. Hey. From what I'm gathering here, there's some history, but Samil is a vital part of the True of Hope now. And we've been throwing ourselves into battle so that people like you can walk around places like this in peace. Tom does his friend, sticking up for him. Huh. So you're some kind of hero now. Sure. Must be nice to have something that makes you feel so important. This guy's really got a chip on his shoulder, huh? So, yeah. I could spend a couple legacy points to recruit this guy. Looks like he's a warrior, which I... Let's see, I have 7 party members, so I may need 2 groups of 4, but I'm gonna get a legacy hero. I can probably find a warrior there. He might have good traits. You can get the Night Sword as a random drop, so this isn't the only way to get it. Right. Let's see. How many warriors do I have? That's important. Tomric and Oli. That's it. Just 2. As much as I don't like this guy, I really need another warrior in the party. Right now, the way a party would split would be 1 warrior, 1 mystic, and then 2 hunters, probably. If I'm lucky, 2 hunters or 2 warriors in various parties. That's a little light on the warriors, to say the least. I could get someone killed against Thrixel. The warriors are important because they can take Stalwart Plus with some ranking up. So from a pragmatic standpoint, I think this is the better choice. It kind of feels icky to fight him over a sword, to kill people over a sword. Could still join us in this fight. Look, I know you get around. You can't miss the danger that's been building in the Yondering Lands. It's not too late to face it head on, to play a part in the story. You always have a choice. Plus, you weren't wrong. It is important. Wait, you're serious? You betray me, you take my brother from me, and then you come triumph years later, tell me to join you? Alright, you know what? Anybody who wants to join the trader, go right ahead. Walk over there. Scoop. Yuna. Oh god, the last thing I thought would be him. The last thing I need is another hunter. She's a hunter. I guess if I have to split the party, it at least stops. Means they'll be outnumbered less. Smeal seems to be doing quite well. I want to wait around until I end up in prison too. 2 traders taken care of in one day then. Not so bad after all. Wait, listen. Take the sword. Wait, really? Take the sword. Yuna leaves with us. Nobody gets hurt. Well then, look at Smeal, taking charge of that situation. No wonder you became a hero. I'd say it suits you, but you probably take that as a compliment. Four of them and their 2 pets. Together. They're gone? Phew, feels good to be have that over with. Right? At least we'll have a lot to talk about on the hike back out of here. Yep, hunter. What's her history? Huh, nostalgic, weird, proud for hooks. Those are pretty good. Plus 0.3 speed. Hunters don't really need the speed, but it is their primary stat. It makes them really good. Plus 0.8 worry, and that's really good. Extra retirement age. Charisma, not bad for characters who are older, which she's already 60. Potency, that's a rare thing to roll, and that's pretty good. Yeah, she's actually got good stats. May even be better some of the hunters I already have. Yuna remembered perpetual rains over her hometown, and often the close, cruel bark of wild things. But somehow the people there were happier than anywhere else. An odd spell spur. Odd spell spur? Turned her odor to acid in the nostrils of all but the man she'd marry. She craved redemption. Adventuring seemed like the best way to get it. Sorry, pause for a second. I could not resist taking a moment to stretch and to look up these hooks. There don't seem to be anything that... Sorry, they don't have any exclusion conditions, which is good. Hooks that can get blocked I don't particularly like, especially on hunters or warriors. Mystics, you can sort of afford to not do one of the hooks. The retirement age of the character will still be high enough as a mystic for longer campaigns. Especially if I go to higher difficulties where I may have to take longer because I'll have to heal after battles where I actually get hurt. I haven't hardly gotten hurt, but this is, I think, only adventure difficulty. Just like the second, it's not story mode, but, she's got 3 personality traits. Loner, healer, leader. Cool. So, decent personality, decent stats, decent hooks. For a warrior, for a hunter, she's pretty good, even if I would have drastically preferred a warrior. Every time she kills an enemy, she enters Grave Point for free. I don't think I rolled that. Hardly ever. That's extremely useful because it's effectively extra damage, ignoring enemy armor, and of course keeps the hero safer. Does mean they can't really wall is reliably with characters if you're going around killing, but Foxflight and Rogue are both very good for the way I use hunters. Rogue seems to be much rarer to roll. I've gone Foxflight on a lot of them. I'll give her a Rogue, just because it seems to be much rarer. I do not understand why I don't think I've ever rolled it before in a hunter. And if you guys didn't see my legacy, I have quite a few hunters. Some of them have been multiple campaigns. So, looks like there's no river crossing here, so anything that comes from the Elbweaver Oaks or east of that, we'll have to go around here, which means I can build this site and it's not going to cause any real issues. Let's do that. They'll get to be friends while this is done. 7 Miles famed hunters swear they can increase their haul with a new hunter's blind. There's hardworking families who would love a new lumberyard, but then there's also the responsibility of the old forest gods. Sorry. At the end of the chapter, when I get this, and you get a chance to upgrade stuff before the end, at the chapter's end, yeah, Spellthride's going to be most shy on. Although I'll be able, not great on Heartwoods. A lot of things require a lot of Spellthrides, like to upgrade magic items. So yeah, I'll do a Forest Shrine. Although I could use another tannery if I find a place for one. Nice. So let's see, I've got 33 legacy points. I'll definitely want to... That's part of why I'm doing the incursions, is get more so I can upgrade more of my heroes at the end of the campaign. This is the final chapter. It's a lumberyard. Also, Sky Insights gives me a better idea of what remaining resources there could be when I clear everything. That's another reason I do this, as well as scouting events. Forest Shrine dedicated. Cool. I don't think infested sites get destroyed by incursions, but I could be wrong. I'd rather be able to get around the map faster anyway, so I'll build a bridge here. I think I'll stand looking. I think I'll look standing alone on a bridge as the sun falls, or foes rushing in my face grim. Yeah, misspoke there because my long COVID, I misprocess words sometimes. It's a little bit like dyslexia or something. Brisk scale flat has been revealed. It's telling me, retire at the next chapter, but this is the last chapter anyhow. She started off, though, over her retirement age. She can actually be with the party quite a lot, though, because it's the final chapter, so I could make this go for quite a while. At least hunters, when they get really old, they're still reasonably fast because they get speed from leveling. One of the big problems with the other classes, they get really slow and they get really old. The mystics level so slowly that only way you get a very high level mystic is a really old mystic or one who started at like level 5. Let's see, these guys will do that efficiently. I should probably backtrack this way, especially because an incursion can come from here soon. See how many days for these. 31. Oh, yeah. They could actually make it here even. Get done just as the incursion happens. Alright, calamities. The Gorgon Bogmoors have extra health. Drauven Stormthroats have sharpened beaks. Drauven Bird now deals 2 shred or damage instead of 1. Oh, it's shred or damage, so it's not true damage. Still annoying. Thurxel now have 3 thrusts when they draw a thrust card, and the Gorgons have 2 rows. Oh. Since this campaign has been going 58 years of game time, quite a few calamities. This is why I often start without any calamities so I can get up to high level eventually. Oh, they're going right through here. What's this send these for, actually? Here. Bridge built. If there's incursion here, there'll be time to bat trap if it's here. Some. Look at the speed. Who's most likely to be able to catch up the party? 5.3 on Una. Probably some meal. 5.9. Nope, Tomta. 6.1. So yeah, Tomta will join them. Natal shall arrive at the same time. 3 will scout here. Uli, Una, and Smeal. And Una's able to stop from getting ambushed. Act as the third. Let's see. 20 days. Waiting for a 5th, actually, or maybe they just slowed him down. No, Tomta shouldn't have slowed him. It's weird. Theoretically, they didn't even wait for her more than a fraction of a day. Anyways. Maybe... Oh, it's because an infestation spread the time till the incursion was reduced at some point. It knows that. Alright. Send these guys this way. Gorgons in great number move to attack your lands, destroying peaceful folk before them, leveling homes and held places. Enemies trouble from tile to tile, attacking and destroying sites until they're defeated by heroes in combat or repelled by defenses you built. The numbers will go down once incursion size reaches 0. They may dissipate and the incursion will be over. Huh? They're crossing right over the mountain range. I thought they need a mountain pass for that. How are they even doing that? Right, well these 3 should get there. Try to intercept. I'm going to save in case this goes very poorly in terms of planning. I am kind of tired, to say the least. Yep. 15 days travel time. 12 days travel time. So this is closer in theory. I don't know if it's further from there, but we'll send them. This is definitely closer to where they were. Alright. 80 days to be prepared. Only takes 2. Just put the bard on this because he reduces recruit cost. It's more efficient use of labor. I too should start working on at least tier 2 defenses in case it's necessary. This is where I meet them if I have my choice. Yeah, it's good ground. It's an old forest, this one. Not all the trees are fully tree-ish. Like treants? You know, actually I'll start in tier 3 defenses. Keep them busy. Alright, well, I'm not doing a random recruit. This is like a warrior with... not terrible stats for a warrior, actually. But he'd probably get murdered. Showing up in this campaign... I mean, this battle against a Gorgon incursion. Yeah, my guess is he get murdered because he's got no experience, no equipment. I don't even have time to give him equipment. Legacy hero. It's too bad he's actually rolled really good ram stats. Ooh, Agaridia Trogfolance. Used her quite a bit before. She's been in a couple campaigns before. She's part wolf, part crow. She took care of a Hago cub for a while, which... it's worth noting heroes can actually get the broken heart tag if a lover of theirs dies. There's a couple ways to get new hooks. Broken hearted, supposedly if a lover of theirs dies in a campaign. And inhabited. So they might... people have been locked out of one of their hooks. They might still be able to get the 3 if they either gain broken hearted or inhabited. Could be wrong. I'm not sure, but the Witchstone might also remove hooks if you sacrifice a memory to it instead of becoming inhabited. So you gain a bad hook or, well, one that's harmful until you clear it. Rhea's got a crow leg, which gives her unusually high warding to start. 2.2, and yeah, she actually comes in as a level 3 warrior, not 6. No, it's showing 6. There's Wildermyth. He'd only come in as a level 2 warrior. He's also got quite a backstory. Some of these things, like, I think having done the Book of Stars before, he can't get it again. Makes it harder for him to get the Celestial tag, though he can get a companion of his. Anyways. He's wearing link mail. He's got a mace, a bow, and a hurling axe to go with his mace. I could give him Stalwart. Agaridia could come in with Stalwart Plus if I wanted. Fly is something that's almost always... Fly and Nimble Nature come from her aspects. I should mention she's got the Foxtail, which gives Nimble Nature. Pro Wings allow Fly. Oh no, Wildermyth is also level 3. I probably need to save and engage Stalwart. And Endurance would be a good choice. The Agaridia, where's Wildermyth? Stalwart. Or wait, Aid, which would be used. Well, no, I'm fighting the Gorgons, not the Thrixel in this one, aren't I? Stalwart. Give me a sec. I'll pause it while I think. Alright, sorry. Took a sec, looked at their stats and such. Agaridia starts with more warding, which is going to be very important against the Thrixel, especially before Stalwart. Plus, well, no, actually, that's more about status effects. But she has 2 warding right off the bat. Stalwart, they get her up to 5. And she has shield with a crossbow, which is mostly what she'd actually use against Thrixel. If they get really close, she's got a legendary hammer, which is probably at some point replaced with a sword. If I had the knight sword when she was already in the party, that event. Yep. Endurance is very good because the way I use warriors, they end up with a ton of quite a bit of armor from Stalwart, plus, I mean, they're warriors, so they have a lot of armor and a lot of ability to get temporary armor each turn, so it's quite a few turns. Like, if they're getting swarmed, the odds are still reasonably low of losing, like, permanent armor each turn. If they're getting hit a bunch of times, it's based on how many hits they dodge. So they might lose maybe only 1 permanent armor a turn if they're really getting swarmed. Endurance will thus effectively buy them 2 more turns of getting swarmed before they really start to get in trouble and lose health. And the warding will help against the Thrixel. So, yeah, her abilities are very good for this particular campaign, since warding is hard to get a lot of on warriors. Fly, Nimble Nature, she's almost guaranteed to venture roll again, because they're from her transformations. Cool. Bring back Agaridia. Truffle Rants. Moniker. I came to town looking for someone to help against the Thrixel, and folks invariably told me to go talk to Agaridia. Well, you found her. I mean, she even looks badass. You've got quite the reputation around here. They call you the steadfast heart of 7 Mouths. They do? I'll be honest with you, I probably don't deserve that. I haven't been the one out there facing down foes. My point is, if you got any kind of edge in battle, we could use another brawler in the field. Indeed, I definitely don't have enough warriors. 2 in total. This town has been kind to me. If I can fight for anything, I can fight for that. Seven Mouths is probably the biggest town in the region, since they kept talking about the people of Seven Mouths. Give me a day or 2 to get my things in order, and then I'll head out with you. Oh, it's more than a day or 2, though, for prepare recruit. 24 days. 24. I guess meal automatically works on this. Oh, labor times 3. Bard. So he doesn't just get a discount on legacy costs. He prepares heroes 3 times normal speed. That's good to know. Would have taken 72 days otherwise. Yep. See, I haven't used Bard very much. So that's kind of my first experience with it. I think I may have rolled Rogue once before, but there was something else I really needed on that particular hunter at the time, so I didn't take it. It's a good ability, though. So I use hunters to kind of support the rest. And featherless flight. Whoosh. Holding on. Irk, yeah. Above the grassy stretches, Vartland opens. Oh, by the way, this event I've gone before. I can only roll in areas that don't have enemy sites, so way up there they found an open tile. Above the grassy stretches of Artland opens, rise barren bluffs crowned with wind-shorn rocks. Arid and unlivable, they nonetheless make attractive vantage points from which to view the land. Oog. The old trail warden was right about the wind. Way it comes and goes. Worst part's the dust. Get all up in my nose. Oh. You want me to say if I spot something? Well, it's the creature's crumpled remains, nest in the shade between boulders. The bones are maggot clean, as in they've been cleaned. The point is just bone because of maggots and stuff. Oh, it looks sort of like, a Drauven. He was a flyer. Maybe he got caught in one of these gusts. Crashed. Legs are, yeah, but don't think he died right away. Dragged himself here, out of the sun. Wings are still intact. But then we should probably be on guard, huh? Where there's one, there's some others. That's a saying I've probably heard. Actually, I think it's the opposite. I think if there were others, this one would have been found. Who knows? Could have found and left it. I've noticed it before, how they gather their dead. Even the bodies of the foot soldiers would disappear if left for a day or two. Doubt they'd abandon a wing knight. It's in a moment of quiet that the dirt at their feet begins to swirl. The breeze picks up. That the wind again? It's a sharp but powerful gust, whipping and wailing among the peak stones. Rattle, rattle. And then abruptly it dies down. They rub away the dust that covers their eyes and look around. Yeah. About time to head down. Sorry, I was just checking possible theme conflicts here. I don't know. I kind of like to know if I might be messing up a character's long-term potential, because I eventually, would like to be able to do the higher difficulties with comfortably. I don't want things to be too hard. You can bury the Drauven with their wings. It removes the Drauven climax because, the Drauven consider it a sign of respect. Or you can repurpose it to a hero. I'm going to give it to... now he's going to miss them. Just a pile of bones, after all. Carefully, they loosen the straps that tie the wings to their wearer. That's it. Simple enough. Used to think these things were real, but they're just wood and hide. Of course they're not. It's real wings. I think he means, of course they're not real wings. It's a few jostled bones later. They're able to pull the flight harness free. But someone has to wear this now. Who's doing that? What I'm thinking is Drauven, because he's already Sylvan and that blocks. Arguably my favorite pair of wings is Crow Touched, but you can't be both Sylvan and Crow Touched. Sylvan's, I find it very useful to be able to invigorate characters. You can give it to characters at low health to make sure they don't die, or just use it to prevent characters from taking permanent hit points damage, just temporary. So, yeah, anyways. There's no rolling that back, so give it to Drauven. He's also ridiculously fast now with the wings and the Sylvan legs. They returned the way they came, reaching the Trollrun's camp by nightfall. You came back with wings. Gusty up there. Yeah, his speed is now 10.4. Even when he reaches extremely old age, I think it's minus 1.9 then? He'll still have 9.7 speed. He could be like 100 years old and 9.7 speed. It's nuts. Really regretting that I didn't give him that I wasn't able to give him a storm-touched leg instead of Sylvan one. He would have been a little slower, but it could be useful for, say, flanking certain situations. Regardless, he is fast. When it comes back to future campaigns, it may not always be quite as fast. He does lose the speed once he uses the Foxfight ability to dodge hits, and one of his augments gives some speed. Anyways, almost certain they can get here before this incursion now, thanks to that event. Since Javelin is the fastest member of the party, and all it takes to travel is weighted towards... It averages all the characters, but it gives extra weight to the fastest person in the party, which I think is the idea that they're scouting ahead of the rest or something. Speed of scouting is also based probably on speed, so fast characters scout faster, especially really fast hunters. Alright. And now I can intercept this group. And I only have one warrior in the group. It's one warrior, 3 hunters, and mystic, so the extra speed might make the difference between taking some serious damage and not. Shoot, I am at 45 minutes in this video. Shoot. Shoot. I have 2 ways of doing this. I could fight and then dig a pass to 7 miles in case they need to heal. They heal while digging the pass once they get there. Or I could dig the pass first so that they make friends with each other while they're digging the pass. Unless they could take damage or potentially get killed. I haven't faced the Gorgons in a while. I'm a little out of practice. And that's not... It's a size 5 incursion. I guess they come bigger, but I probably should just do the pass first. Share around here is treacherous, but with some thought and muscle, we can definitely do it. Let's get started. Yep. So there's no guarantees. But hopefully they become closer friends, all 5 of them, while they're in that tile together. That make the fight less likely to get anyone killed in a worst case scenario. That's always what I have to be most wary of. Killed or maimed anyways. If I not miscalculate, we can come back here and defend the entire party, all 9 of them. Which should be a very easy fight. Let's miscalculate like the time they have, or if this speeds up 42 days. But if this cuts time off, I might not be able to intercept, I guess. Anyways, Agaridia can help build these defenses. As can Samil. I'll make friends too this time. Slave for what? Brenner has eyes for a new lover. Cool. That'll get him his flirt hook. That opportunity quest would be cool to do, but right now I've got to deal with this incursion. Brenner and Tomric became comrades, so yeah, they did make friends, and I got the opportunity quest. We'll save. Defense is built. Passageway open. Cool. This would also, theoretically, might allow me to swap out heroes if I wanted. Leisler's the one I'd probably want to swap out, though. He's a little weak. Soul Sling plus open-minded. Can probably survive. He does have the Swan Scepter, too. So he can very quickly interfuse with a bunch of stuff. 3 armor, 7 warding. 9 health. It's a little risky, but I think they're fine to intercept there. But that will have to come next video, because this has gone a little too long. I'm really tired. As much as I probably find I don't think I want to take on a Gorgon incursion as exhausted as I am. I don't know. Maybe this video won't get a ton of views because maybe some people have checked out because they didn't like me saying that I'm worried about the fate of the U.S. politically. Some people hate me even mentioning that, even though this explains why I so badly need my channel to get to 500 subs and add money so I can get out of the country. If you didn't like it, by the way, you should be supporting that so that, you know, I can leave, right? Love it or leave it. Unless you think that people deserve to be trapped in a country that they're afraid to be in. Well, anyways, enough of that. I wish you all the best. Take care of each other. Be kind to yourselves, and may always find a guiding star to lead you home. Until next time, this is Northstar. Adieu, and best of luck to you all.